Ahoy there. Today on the Red Sea, what's one of the dumbest things you have ever spent money on? When I was 19, I got a construction job that paid fairly well. Stupid me got all hot and horny for a fun car. I signed up for a 5-year loan after test driving the first one. I ended up having engine failure almost 2 years later. Because it was a used car and from a shady used car dealer. The warranty was well expired. I could not afford to get a new engine for it, so I ended paying over 3 years for a car that I was not driving. When I went on a school field trip to Washington DC back in middle school, I bought a $2 bill at a souvenir shop for $20. SMH. I have gotten those at banks. Just give them $2.1s and they'll give you a $2 bill. I was 11 and my dad gave me $50 to spend at the mall. So, I wandered into a gift shop and spent it all on an electronic vibrating oinking pink pig. I never played with it after I brought it home. Tried to return it, only to be offered store credit. There was this guy named Don Lapper who sold money making kits, like how to make money with classified ads. I think I invested about $350 and received literally nothing of value. I was young and being stupid. Looked him up tonight to remember how to spell his name. Turns out he killed himself with a razor blade while in jail in 2011. I was drunk and bought Monster Ballads off an infomercial, and I paid an extra $20 for rush delivery because I was drunk and needed it ASAP, and it showed up a month later. When I was like 14, I bought a pack of intentionally mismatched socks that were really expensive. Like, only one of each pattern. Could have bought twice as many normal socks and just mismatched them myself. I spent $40 one of those amusement park booths where you had to throw darts at balloons. For some reason, I picked out this really ugly 7 feet tall frog stuffed animal. It's in the corner of my closet and still scares me when I'm half awake in the morning. This past Christmas Eve I was doing some last minute shopping and came across a wine glass shaped like Buddy from the movie Elf, which of course also had Will Ferrell's face on it. With everything kinda being out of order with the holiday rush, I did not know how much it cost. But I bought it on pure impulse because I thought it was funny. It was not until I left the store and looked at the receipt did I realize that it cost $22, which is way more than it's worth. To remind me of my mistake, I now drink out of that glass exclusively and have been for the past 5 months. I have to wash it like twice a day, but I would not stop using it until I feel like I have gotten my $22 worth. Most expensive dumb thing. A Mercedes 500 cell. Literally bankrupt myself buying parts and gas for that ducking land yacht. Sold it for half what I paid and felt lucky to be rid of it. Dumbest dumb thing. A metallic gold laden painting of a Pontiac Firebird. It uses white trash, and I had planned on putting it in a family gift exchange as a joke, but did not end up going, and got stuck with it. It's currently hanging in a storage room, like all classy paintings do. I bought a timeshare. I was just a few weeks out of basic training, and bought one of those family lineage with the shields on it and description. I blew $500 or so bucks just to find out it was not even accurate. Gifts for my mother. She complains every single time. I bought my parents a new smart TV for Christmas after they'd been compliant about their old one and how much of a hassle it was watching things like Netflix. The TV is still in the box. Got that inflatable dinosaur costume. Wore it once around my campus and now I forgot where it is. Got drunk and started ordering ninja gear off of Amazon and forgot about it until it showed up like a week later. Swords, nunchucks, a suit and mask. Boxes. I never save them and toss them in recycling. Well, moving time came around and I was in need of many boxes. So I spent more money than I would like to admit of cardboard and bubble wrap. Big wedding ... All that money ... Could have helped so many problems we had later ... Divorced anyway. The blanket that makes you look like a giant burrito. It was super thin and of poor quality, not to mention not big enough to cover me. Now I'll never look like a burrito. I once bought my girlfriend a hat and had her name embroidered on it. She asked me if I would ever wear a shirt with my name on it. I would not. Ed had a few drinks, TGIF, and wandered into a Williams-Sonoma store in a state of euphoria. There I saw a special edition KitchenAid stand mixer made in bronze that was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. It was on sale for $999. Naturally, I bought it. but because I'm a single guy who does not bake, it's just taking up much needed counter space. I bought a cat eye stencil off Amazon that's supposed to help with liquid eyeliner application. Because my hands are shaky as duck, did not check the reviews. It's a crappy piece of plastic shaped like a cat that breaks really easy, apparently. I will not know. I bought it a week ago drunk and it's shipping from China with an estimated arrival of July 27th. Edit. Literally saved every bit of advice for my attempts tomorrow. Thanks all. The 500 cat toys in my house. My cat will never play with any of them, yet I get tricked into buying them when I go into the pet store. Why? Why do you do this to me? Get a box, Tupper or tin with lid. Put all the toys inside with some catnip. When you want to play with your cat, just take one toy and lend it to it. You'll love it again. When you see they do not use it anymore, return it to the box so it re-impregnates with the catnip. Be careful. The receptacle should be insulated if you do not want your cat to find all the toys plus CATNIP. I bought a pager. The clip snapped. I took it to where I bought it. We only cover the pager, not the case. I walked outside right in front of the window and spiked the malarkey out 8F it. Walked back inside and said my pager is broken. Did it work? After I returned it. Yay. $10 sign plus delivery fee for a $6-8 meal. I was pretty high one night and bought a pool net handle, one of the 16-foot metal ones, in order to turn off the living room lights from the couch. A pocket pussy. It was back when me and my wife were still dating. We were out of town for a concert, a festival, or maybe just the weekend. And there was this big, heavily advertised and kinda posh adult shop just a block or two down the road from a hotel. The last day of our trip, we did not have anything planned, so we ended up going into this shop. They had a whole floor devoted to dildos and vibrators, and my wife found one she really liked. I started joking around about how they have all these toys for women and nothing for guys, and one of the shop employees overheard. He brought us up to the 3rd floor and showed us this large-ish section that was all duck toys. It was like 4 whole rows, each 120 long, packed to the brim with silicone pussy. They had feet with pussies, hands with pussies, tits with and without pussies, headless and limbless torsos, mouths of all variety, and a whole line of head to toe, life-size duck dolls. Most of it was really expensive, but I managed to find this one that had a glove attached to a pussy and arsehole for like $40. So I bought it. We paid for our purchases and went back to the hotel to have fun. My wife really liked her toy, and after a while she asked if I wanted to use mine. I thought about it for just a second and then said no. We had our fun, packed up the next morning and left. I stuck the pocket pussy on our coffee table to mess with some friends who were coming over the next day. After the friends left, it ended up in the back of our closet and stayed there through a move in more than a decade, until my 6-year-old found it last November. Story of my grandmother. No offense to Christians. She spent big money for a tiny bottle of dirt. Apparently, Jesus stood on that dirt. I once went to a novelty/thrift shop that had a ton of random malarkey. Ended up spending $10 on a framed picture of Count Dooku, Darth Sidious and Jango Fett from Star Wars, since my GF thought it was funny. The frame recently broke, and I found out after seeing the back of the picture it was from a calendar when Attack of the Clones came out. Someone just cut this picture out of an old calendar, put it in a frame, and my dumbass voluntarily spent $10 on it. A piano. Dumb. Stupid. Costly and near worthless. But the ex-wife wanted a real piano for the kids because they would then practice on it. Bull malarkey. $3,500 for the piano. $4,000 in lessons. All for teaching them to hate playing the piano. You were supposed to buy a used piano from someone who had already made the same mistake. A paddleboard. I seldom actually make it out to the beach lately, especially currently, and when I bring it, I'm twitching with paranoia if I leave it on my car because someone may steal it. Should have just kept renting. My family visited Colorado when I was 10, and I saw a statue of a mosquito in a gift shop with the word "state bad" on the bottom and begged my parents for it. We now have a rather large mosquito statue on our piano. Priority shipping during COVID quarantine. I just wanted to see if it would arrive, but I'm still waiting on that order I placed in early March. In-app purchases. I once blew $1,000 on a mobile game. A sword cane with a snake head on it. The blade was not sharp, and I never used it. Just bought it to essentially look cool. Now I cannot find it. My Steam library, 80% unplayed. In elementary a kid called me pale, so I went to Walmart and bought spray tan. My dad thought it was sunblock. My sister knew what it was, but did not say anything cause she was just gonna sit back and watch how this plays out. I went in and out of the bathroom multiple times that day, continuously reapplying before my sister decided it was time to tell my dad. I went through half the can in a day and was more orange than a Oompa Loompa. I do not know why, but I bought a single cough drop and an empty pencil lead case from one of my friends for $5. I bought my first stick shift not knowing how to drive a stick shift. Good morning after I bought it, I tried to start it up and could not do so. I called the mechanic and he was going to charge $200. I told him that was fair, I have no idea what's going on. He got in, stepped on the clutch and started the car. He charged me $100. Secondly, I had an old breaker panel in my childhood home. One of the breakers tripped. I thought they fixed the problem and went to the panel to trip the breaker back, but nothing changed. I was also in a weird place in life and so really was not paying attention. But when the electrician showed up, has still charged $100 just pushing that breaker a little bit further than I did. Cigarettes. Smoke free 4 years. Alcohol. Sober 28 years. I spent around $100 on pop figurines. Not the best idea for my savings that year. Whoa, hey, take it easy, it is the end of the video. Do not worry, there are many more. Come aboard the ship for more trips. Like and subscribe for more posts from the Reddit Sea Cove. Thanks for watching.